Alright, this video is basically about saving seeds, and I'm not going to tear into those gourds right now, but I will in the future. And this morning I went down and I picked a couple things, and I'm going to do peppers today. You can see I picked 2 buckets of peppers to collect the seeds from. So I'm just going to go in and start by cutting them up. Now, these are the habanadas, and I'm just going to take the seeds out and toss the peppers. But what I like to do when I'm saving seeds is just kind of, pick some of the larger healthy fruit and save the seeds from that. Don't pick it from the little puny things because, they just don't always grow the best plants. So they're pretty easy to save. Just cut them open, peel them out, and then I put them on a plate with a monkey on it, and then I just put a little label on it. And that's one thing you have to make sure you do, because if you get them mixed up, there's no way you'll know, once they leave this area. And another thing that you also have to do is you have to clean up good between the type of pepper that you're dealing with, because you don't want any seeds to, find its way into the wrong batch. Now, these are the Peperone de Cunos, and the seeds were not available from Baker Creek this year. Last year I had some leftovers, so I used them this year. And, so I figure I better really, make sure that I save these, because I'm not sure if they'll be available again next year. And, even with the shortages that we had this spring with everyone getting into gardening and buying seeds, it's a good idea to save some. So then we got them, and these are those varieties, and these are just an amazing pepper this year. I've never had them, get this beautiful and bright red and thick-walled and everything. It was definitely a wonderful year for peppers. So I'm just going to take the seeds out of these, and you can see I've got the Cunos over on that tray, and I'm also going to save the meat from these to freeze up for later, which I'll show you in a second. So same thing, I do use a grapefruit spoon. It really does help to clean out peppers and, get all the seeds out and stuff. Cuts all those little fibers out and stuff like that. And then once you get the pods out, it's a matter of, just scraping them off. And like I said, make sure you clean up between the different type batches and that you label them good so you don't get mixed up. So now these first couple peppers here, I'm going to just cube them up into small pieces to freeze up and to use for, small batches of items when you need some chopped peppers. So I'm just, going to make them into cube size, and I'm going to mix these. These 2 bags are going to be the Advarskis and the Peperone de Cunos. So there it is, a couple pounds on the tray, and that's going down in the freezer to be flash frozen, so I can put them in bags. And then these are some of the California Wonders here that I'm starting to get the seeds from. And again, they're just beautiful peppers this year. It's kind of hard to believe how many that we've had. We've been using them all summer. We've got the freezers basically full, and there's still probably a good 50 pounds of these beautiful red peppers, all the different types of them down there. We still have to figure out what to do with before frost. But again, I'm just, cleaning the seed pods out there, and then just kind of separate them on a plate. And, I'll put them over in the sun. I'll show you in a second, and let them dry. And I will say these red peppers this year just have amazing flavor. And let's see, these are the Belgian Reds. These are the ones that grow pointing up to the sky. And, same thing. I'm just going to cut them up, and I'm going to save the meat from them for freezing, and going to just scrape the pods of the seeds out of each one. And again, it's important that you clean up between each round of peppers, just so you don't mix the seeds up, because you don't want to be disappointed when you find out you've planted the wrong seeds next year. And that's also why you put a label on each one at this point. And these are the Cubanellis, and I've never had so many red Cubanellis. These things are, they just have such amazing flavor when they get to this point. Some of them have got some bad spots on them because of getting late in the season there, but if you cut them off, the rest of the pepper is basically good. So same thing, I'm just going to remove any bad spots because I'm going to be freezing the rest of these, and then just get the seed pods out there and just scrape the seeds out. And there's the Cubanellis ready to go. Then these are the Jimmy Nardellos, and they're a little bit past their prime. They're starting to get a little bit old and soft tasting, so I'm not going to save the meat from these, but I am going to save the seeds from them, and they were another very productive pepper this year, but they're about the first one to go downhill quick at the end of the season. And again, those seeds were kind of had to scrape them out of the peppers, and just try to pick what meat you can out of there and save just the seeds. And then, let's see, these are the Emerald Giants here, and somehow they just don't look like they're emerald color to me anymore. They were beautiful green a little while ago, but now they're all red, so. And I'm doing the same thing here. I'm just going to slice the meat off like that. It's easiest on these big ones. And then just scrape out the seeds and mark them. And then these here are the Nadapinos, and these are one of our favorites. And these are old ones too. They got that kind of like the skin with the marks all over it and stuff. But there's some of the larger fruit from the plants that I'm saving the seeds from. So I'm just gonna split them open there and then scrape out the pods of seeds in there. And again, that grapefruit spoon really works good for whenever you're trying to get seeds out of any kind of a vegetable or fruit. So I'm just going to save the seeds, and I'm going to toss the meat on them because I just had enough of them. So, I got most of those seeds saved there, and I'm going to go through and cut these peppers up now too. Now the only two that I didn't do this time that I'll be working on tomorrow are the Anaheims and the Mini Bells. And same thing here. I'm gonna, just cube them up and put them in the freezer. Now this was probably about 5-6 pounds of peppers here, so it did take overnight to get them to freeze. So it wound up taking about 10 hours, I think, to get them frozen good. They're so pretty this year, these red peppers, just so flavorful. And I put the seeds over on the table, and I'll leave them there until tomorrow. They should be dry enough to pack up. And you can see I've been saving some other seeds too, so I'm starting to get a collection. And you just have to move them around a couple times, and they'll dry real quick. And be careful that you don't mix them up. Now this is the next morning, and I woke up and I'm looking for my wife, and there she is out picking apples already before I've even had coffee. So now it's time for me these peppers have been in the freezer overnight, and I did put some wax paper down so I could just loosen them up, and you can see how they come loose. And I'm going to put them in pint-sized bags. So one of these bags is just the right size if you want to make a couple omelets, or you want to do a batch of home fries or something like that. So I'm going to seal these up here, and the sealer has really been great so far. No problems yet. It's done a lot of bags. You can see by the fingerprints on it. It's got really great suction, and pretty much every seal has been perfect on it so far. So, I'm happy with that. I'm glad that I got the new one. And this one did turn out fitting our needs. It is slow, like I said, but you get used to it, and it does do a good job, so that's all that counts. And it's real easy to use, too. So this first tray here, I did get 4 pint bags full of the red peppers from. And it's nice because once you flash freeze them and you throw them back in the freezer, they'll stay loose. So if you want to just open a bag and grab a handful, they'll come right out. And then I got the other tray, which this one actually was a lot bigger. This one had 6 bags full. And you can see they break right apart. So there's another 6 bags, and that pretty much tops off the freezer from having room for anything else. And I've really loved having these pre-made Avid Armor bags in all the different sizes this summer. So here we are the next day. I got out some of my little plastic bags. I put the seeds in, and I did any of the seeds where I had an envelope that they came in, the older ones, I saved it, put it in the bag first. And this first one here, I tried just pouring in from the plate, and it didn't work good, and I wound up doing it by hand. But the rest of them, I wound up just putting a crease in the plate and made it so I could pour it. But you just have to be careful at this point that you don't get them mixed up. And, there they are, sealed away, and plenty of seeds for hopefully the next couple of years. And in the meantime, I got some of those fluffy teddy bear type sunflowers inside to save some seeds on them. So I'm going to work a little bit on that here for a second. Try to get some of them loose for drying. And then I got some of these giant black-seeded sunflowers. These were those big giant ones that were growing where the butternuts were planted. And you can see they were all about 12 inches diameter. And then while I was at it, I figured I'd go down and start pulling the edamames from the garden. The woodchuck had climbed over the wood pile and gotten in, if you saw in the last video, and this is what was left of the edamame. So basically it's just enough for seeds for next year that it didn't eat. So I'm just pulling the plants out now and starting to clean up, because it's the end of the season definitely, and nothing else is going to grow with these cold nights. Biggest problem with gravel is having to clean everything up in it. And you can see the okra, I've got a bunch of them going, big ones there that we're going to use for seeds. They're just too big to eat. And while I was out there, I decided to pull the beets out. A couple years ago in the fall, when it started getting cool like this, something went through and pulled out all our beets and ate them one night. So I'm not going to take that chance again. So I decided to, just pull them out, and we'll put them in some bags in the refrigerator inside, and they'll stay for a couple months, and we'll get to enjoy them. Now there was this one big one that, looking at it, it looks kind of nasty and big, and like it would be a tough old beet to eat. Turns out we cooked that one up tonight, and it turns out it's sweet as sugar, and it's tender as can be. Unbelievable. I thought that one was going to go in the compost pile, but it's not. We'll be eating that for a couple nights. So I'm just going to leave a couple inches of stem, get rid of all these old branches and stuff. And, there's what was left of the harvest of beets after using them all summer from that bin. And there's some Anaheims and mini bells for seeds, and my edamames, and some basil for seeds, and there's some cilantro for seeds. And then I decided to stop by the grapes and check them, and oh my God, they're unbelievable. They're ready to pick, and they are like sugar. I've never had grapes as sweet. I guess with the drought, it made them sweeter. Then back inside to make some labels for my seed bags. So I just printed out a generic label with the pack date on it. And then I'm going to use my Cameo 3 here to go back and cut them out. And this Cameo 3 is really great for, any kind of label, and just, makes it really easy to cut them out and stuff. And I just made these generic so I could write the name on them with a pen, and I wouldn't have to make a bunch of changes and print them out again. So then I just went back through, and on the outside of each bag, I'm just putting a date on so that, I know what year they're from. Usually I write it on with a Sharpie, but this comes out a little bit better, I think. And, there you can see the seeds that I've collected so far. And they're, it's nice when I did save the packages and stuff so you can see the pictures. But I'll be doing an update. I've still got a lot more seeds to save this year. So, I'll do a final update in the future. So I just thought I'd show you that I do save some seeds. And, this year I think it's more important than ever. And the freezers are full now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.